Islands in the sun, islands in the fun.
I think the word to describe how I feel about the competition itself would be proud. And it seems like such a simple word to use to encompass such a range of emotions, but truly, like in its deepest and purest sense, I'm so proud of what our country was able to do and what we were able to display. Well, of course, before the competition, soliciting sponsorship is a big part of actually getting to the competition. And I don't just mean sponsorship in terms of a monetary sense, but products and services. And that is actually one of the ways that Gillezeau really had my back, because very last minute before I flew out, they were able to provide me not only with a new phone, but with a roaming plan. And I was one of the few girls in El Salvador that had access to internet everywhere that we went, not just at the hotel. And it was so helpful because I didn't have to worry about how I was going to provide updates back home and keep everybody in the loop with how the competition was going. I hate to use the pun, but really and truly, and when we do these kind of things, when you are Miss Trinidad and Tobago and you travel and you're representing your country, to keep everyone back home updated, it's part of the job, because this is not about me, this is about us, and it's about something that we are all doing. And I loved being able to make people feel like a part of that, and that was incredible to Gillezeau, so thank you. It was such an immense honor, and it was such a privilege, and truly this costume is such a labor of love, and it's really what happens when bravery meets creativity meets ability, and that's what happened with Douglas John, Universe T&T, and myself. And from the beginning, we knew that this would be something that every Trinidadian would look at and they would say, this is weeping. This is weeping. And it didn't matter whether the wider world would understand it. They would have to marvel at it. But whether they understood it, it didn't matter, because back home, where it truly matters, everyone felt something when they saw it. So just on my end, it really was a privilege to be able to do that, because that's what I set out to do something that could really and truly make my country proud. And it was such an incredible feeling to have people really and truly feel touched by what we did. It was just excitement. And before I went on the stage, it's funny, I wasn't scared, I wasn't nervous, but when I came off, the minute I came off, I cried. I cried because it was so much and such a long journey, and we did it. We did something that had never been done before. And so many reached out to me with kind words and messages and comments and shares to say, you know, we're proud to be Trinbagonian when we saw this. The first thing that I would say is you can do this. And I have so many things that I want to say to these girls. Definitely, I think I can just boil it down to two. And the first one is take your time and become yourself before you do this. Start a business or get an education, see the world, talk, listen, experience, and it not only broadens your mind, but it makes you more secure in who you are. Because when you do something like this, you need to know who you are. People will try to tell you, but you need to know for yourself. So that's the first thing, take your time. And the second thing would be, and this is quite an important one, once you decide to do this, you need to ask yourself why. And you need to make sure it's the right reason, because it's not an easy job representing a beautiful country like this. It's not an easy job representing 1.4 million people as patriotic as our own. And to carry that weight, you need to have the right reason. Because if you're doing this just for yourself, there are a lot of days when that's not going to be enough. You need to do this because you love your country. It can't be anything less than that.